As we know, we are currently on the countdown to one of the biggest celebrations of the year, and of course that is Legends Festival 2023. But as part of that, we've got a massive update, which they did reveal some parts of this within the reveals and stuff not so long ago. So in this video, we're going to be going through everything involved with that update, including brand new Legends Limited unique equipments, free chrono crystals, update to summons, and more. So make sure not to go anywhere, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So let's get started then. The new version is 4.32.0, and this is the new version update. And as you can see on the screen, the thing we're going to start off with is probably one of the biggest things to come with this version, and that is the Legends Limited characters now have exclusive abilities, which do go for the whole team as well. So we'll scroll down and have a little look. As we do that, I will flip between the dblegends.net and the actual game as well, so we can see some things in game as well. But I do also want to mention, as we got here, as part of this update, they have already given away free chrono crystals. So if you haven't picked them up from your gift box, make sure to do that. There is 200 chrono crystals just sat there waiting for you, which is quite nice. Would have liked some more, but hey ho, free chrono crystals is free chrono crystals. So we'll start off then with the new Legends Z abilities. They are finally here, and they are exclusive to Legends Limited characters. So the Legends Limited characters now have Z abilities similar to Ultra abilities, which do apply to the whole team as long as you use them as battle members. And these Z abilities do increase the more stars that you get on the characters, or the more Z multi-power that you put into them, basically. So already we'll flip over to the game and we'll have a little look at these. So here we are over on in-game, and we're going to be taking a look at a couple of different Legends Limited characters with different starage to actually see the difference of these Legends Limited abilities. So if we just go into the Sword of Hope chunks, because why not, it does look like, I've had a little look before filming this, and it does look like it's pretty much the same for all Legends Limited characters. When you go into show details over to abilities, you now have this tab for Legends Z abilities. So this Sword of Hope chunks is 14 stars, so he is the max. So if I took him into the battle, I would get for all allies an extra 10% to strike attack, blast attack, strike defense, and blast defense as well. So it does look like it is quite similar across the board for Legends Limited characters. For example, if we go back and we'll have a little look at one that I don't have at 14 stars. So for example, this Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We go into the abilities once again. We got the Limited Z ability. So because he is how many stars? Red 3. He's not 14 stars. He does have the Legends Z ability, but it's only up to level 3. So he's got 7% to base strike attack, base blast attack, strike defense, and blast defense. So if I got him to 14 stars, then it will go up to 10%. So you can kind of see what I mean. It's pretty much a default across all Legends Limited characters. It's not like if you take in a Gohan, the Legends Limited Gohan, that you get one set, and then if you take in the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you get another set. It's pretty much this across the board for all Legends Limited characters, and once again it applies to all allies as long as they are taken into the battle. If we look for a Legends Limited character that I've got maybe a little bit less stars, so not at red stars or anything like that, let's go down to finding it quite hard to find some, to be honest. Bear with me 2 seconds. Let's go to this Super Saiyan Goku, because I've only got him at 6 stars. So he's not even in the red sort of stage. So 6 stars is still 7%, which isn't bad. I think if we go to, for example, I'm going to filter here to green, and then we'll go to the new PyCon revival into Super Gogeta. So I know I've only got him at 3 stars, so if you pulled them initially, you still got it, but it's only at 5%. So it looks like it starts off at 5% and it'll gradually build up to 10%, but that is quite interesting. As long as you've taken in Legends Limited characters, your whole allies will get these. So it may make you want to use a lot more Legends Limited characters, as in a party of 3, because you'll get those abilities per Legends Limited character you take into the battle. But interesting, and it could make a big difference to team building at the very least, and going into PvP and all that sort of stuff. But that is one of the biggest changes, and going over it quite quickly because we got a lot to go over. But let me know your thoughts on that down below. Do you think they'll improve the game, or maybe it'll affect it in a negative light? Let me know down below, and let's carry on. Okay, going into some more of the quality of life updates, shall we say. Guilds are getting more useful, so there is now guild codes, so you can share them, and I might start putting it in the description. So if you want to get involved with the Kalhar guild, make sure to go check that. You can now invite others to guilds by posting and sharing guild codes, which you can go get by going into guild options, guild ID, save and share. Plus you can now search for guilds using the use code button, and you can see who is cheering you. If a guild member cheers you on, where you get some extra energy, you'll know who did it basically. So there's some improvements to the guild log as well. So quality of life update to the guild, not too bad. We also now have the new RP bonus challenges here. So rating match RP bonus challenges have been added to the game. They are low risk, high reward challenge matches that may occur when you're matched with an opponent who is stronger with you. Win and you'll get bonus RP basically. Defeat your enemies in the RP bonus challenges to make a stunning comeback in the rankings. So it makes it a little bit easier for some of us to actually get higher in the rankings. We'll see how that works out in game, but it's just a way to get more RP basically. I do want to point out this has already been released, but we are in the middle of the festival countdown duel. Make sure to do at least your 3 per day, because you get these coins, which at the end of the season you can actually change for guaranteed Legends Limited characters, depending on where you are in the rankings and things like that. If you're interested in a video going into a bit more detail, I may do a short on it, so keep an eye out for that as well. So moving on then, they did mention this previously, so the equipment rank now has a godly rank. So previously it was up to Z+. Now if you have 3 red slots, basically the equipment at the top it can possibly be, so the top stats and things like that, it will be classed as a godly rank. So once again, we'll go over to the game and have a little look at that. Back over to the game then. So as you can see, we now have godly rank equipment. I do want to point out, it doesn't actually make a difference in the way of the stats of the equipment. It's not like there's another level or anything like that. It's just if it's fully built out, for example, this Paragus equipment, then which is at full all the way, then you do have it at godly rank. If it's not quite all the way, so if we go to like the Z pluses, like this one is pretty close to be honest, but it's not a godly rank, it's still at Z plus. So it's just when you go that extra mile with your equipment basically. And just once again, a little bit of a quality of life update. Let me know how many godly rank equipments you've got down below in the comments, and let's carry on. A couple of more quality of life updates. We've got the title sorting added, so you can now sort it in order of receive to make it easier to find them, which once again is a bit of quality of life update. I don't know how many people will care, to be honest, about this, but you may do, and it's just there, to be honest. So we've also got background items added. So implemented items that allow you to change the backgrounds in-game. You'll now be able to change certain in-game backgrounds to suit your preferences. To change the background, you go to the menu, other, and status. So again, we'll go over to the game and we'll have a little look at that. So we're over in the menu screen then, and then you go to others, and then you go status. So I do have one background. They've given everyone one background of the movies, I think it is, as part of your gifts. So there is the background's default background. Let's have a little look. So let's go into here, and then we can switch it. So we've got the background of sagas from the movies, and that's the background. Okay, so let's save it. Looks pretty nice, to be honest. I assume if we go to home, yeah, so the background is literally here as well. Can you see it if you go into like characters? Yeah, it just stays. So another bit of quality of life update, and to be honest, I quite like it, if I'm being completely honest. It's something very simple, very small, but makes a big difference having those backgrounds. I will be collecting as many backgrounds as possible, but you should all still have the sagas from the movies background in your gift box at this point. But not bad at all. Okay, so we do have some other UI and other adjustments. Adjusted the recommended content UI, okay. For co-op content, the screen displayed will search for a buddy when improved to make it easier to understand the status of matchmaking, which I've done a couple already today, which in the co-op, it's a bit like the PvP, where it's got like the loading bar at the bottom, basically. The number of Chrono Crystals required to restore 10 energy has now been reduced from 10 to 2, so if you use Chrono Crystals to do that, that makes things a bit easier. I personally try my best not to. Another big change is in the hyperdimensional co-op, the number of times Ultra Skip tickets can be used has been increased from 30 to 100 times. So yes, Ultra Skip tickets are quite costly for Z coins and things like that. It's also got it here that skip tickets been added to Z2 Medal Shop. Nice, okay. But that does make things easier for free-to-play units, because I personally get them to 14 stars quite quickly by just using the skip tickets. Having it from 30 to 100 times does mean that I could probably get the 14 stars within the first day or two at the very least, which, once again, bit of quality of life update, but bearing in mind you still need to actually use those Ultra Skip tickets to actually do that. So they've added a button to the Legends ranking top screen, which allows you to go to Legends Medal Exchange Shop, so that is here as well. On the pause screen during the battle, challenges have not yet been completed will now be displayed first. When selecting equipment to be used as materials for Equipment Awakening, lower ranked pieces will now be selected first, which is nicer, because before it used to just equip ones that I didn't want to get rid of, so hopefully it makes things a bit easier. In raids and full power battle, the most recommended bonus battle characters now shown when viewing the list of bonus battle characters. Once again, makes things a bit easier to make your teams. Added a checkbox to turn off the dialogues displayed when receiving an item that exceeds your hold limit. Okay, these dialogues have been updated to clearly indicate whether an item's been discarded, converted, or sent to your gift box when an item you receive exceeds your hold limit. So I have seen where I was doing co-op, because I have the Gohan at full 14 stars, it came up with a little bin icon to say that I basically didn't get it. So once again, a bit more quality of life, not too bad. Messages will be no longer displayed in your PvP history if PvP message notifications are sent to off. Okay, the maximum amount of Chrono Crystals you can buy is now 200,000. That makes a big difference. A lot of people have been complaining this, because it used to be 20,000 and people would be capped. You'd have to free to play the rest of them. So now you can go up to 200k, which I'm surprised that they didn't do this earlier, because it stops people buying more, which is their whole business. But okay, fine, that is now there. We do now have the max increase, so that has finally happened. Daily mission complete rewards are now automatically received on certain other screens in addition to home screen, which I personally don't like. It annoys me a little bit because I get them all done all at once, and this kind of stops me. I experienced it today, but I mean, some of you may enjoy it, and it may make things a bit easier to make sure at the very least you are claiming them, because I know some people forget to claim them. The sale of the skip ticket printing robot has ended. In the future, we plan to sell an updated version of this Assistobot. So you can't get that at the moment, because they're going to be putting a new updated version, which needs it, to be honest, I think. Added delete account option to the support menu in the title screen. I wouldn't recommend deleting your account, but hey ho. Other adjustments to UI, updating the data and various content. We also have some bug fixes in the Tournament Power. Voice lines may not play after PyCon has switched to Super Gogeta, okay. If there are battle members with nullify unfavorable elements, special bonus effect. The pop-up indicates that the character is at an element disadvantage, so they fix that, and some other bugs as well. We apologize for the inconvenience caused, and they've got some more set schedule updates. New Godly tier will be added when the new season begins, and that's Godly tiers. I guess I'll talk about that later, but we'll see. So that is pretty much everything in a nutshell of this new update, but there is a lot more that has come with it, new releases and things like that, so that's what we're going to be talking about next. But let me know your thoughts on this update down below, and let's go into the next thing. Like I said, we've got a lot of things to talk about today, but the next thing is they have upgraded a couple of things in the shop, so we'll talk about the pay-to-play sort of side of it, and then we'll go into the free-to-play sort of side of it. So starting it off then, they have updated the character pack overhaul, so you now get slot removers. I believe it's 20, and then you get like 300 energy with soul medals and fragments and things like that as well. Does it have it down below? It does. So you get yeah, 300 energy, 20 slot removers, 20 or 30 soul exchange medals, 30 fragment exchange medals. I actually bought this today because of something we'll talk about in a little bit later on, but it was only $3.99 in my currency, so still quite cheap, maybe quite handy, but once again, you may want to keep your money if you do spend on chrono crystals and things like that. And not only that, the next thing we're going to talk about, they've actually updated the, let's get rid of these adverts, they've actually updated the Start Dash pack. So as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I'm aware, everyone can now have this now that it's updated, at least for the first time, 168 hours only. Normally this is only for new players, and you can get this up to 168 hours after you start your next or your new account or something like that. But they finally updated it. So now, as we can see, we've got characters such as Beast Gohan on here. We've got the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Super Saiyan Trunks. We've got the GT Duo. You've got Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And you also get energy skip tickets, soul exchange medals, and obviously the tickets to actually put on that summon as well, which we will do in this video. But first, I'm going to jump over to the game once again, as we're going to take a little look at it in game. So it is at the top. We've got 6 days left, because that's when from the days that it's actually been updated and things like that. In my currency, it is £7.99. So, and you only have one time on that. I do want to point out, actually, the character upgrade pack, you can buy it as many times as you want by the looks of things. So let's jump into it. Let's have a little look. So you've got the Legends Limited Guaranteed, Legends Start Dash Summon Ticket. Then you've got the energy tank times 5, so you get 500 energy, and you also get 500 skip tickets and 50 soul exchange medals. So not a bad price, especially if you've already got an account and one of these characters is someone that you've been looking for. Like I said, we will jump into the summon as well, probably towards the end of the video. So make sure to stay tuned for that. I'm going to buy this, but we'll carry on with all the other updates we've got and look forward to that towards the end of the video. So let's keep going. Okay, so now into some new releases. I have bought that Start Dash pack. So like I said, make sure to stay to the end. We'll go over the banner in full and we'll do that summon. So we'll have a guaranteed Legends Limited character at some point in this video. Hopefully we get one that I can use. So going into the new equipment then, we've got new platinum equips, which if you've seen the social media, we knew that 2 more was coming. We've gone ages without a Legends Limited unique equipment, and now we've had 1 recently for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and now we've got another 2 of them. So we're going to go through exactly who they're for and what they do, starting off with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta Duo Tag Unit. That is the first unique equipment that we've got. They came out back in like April, I think it was. So it's been about, what, 7 months since their release. So quite early for a unique equipment, but I haven't seen a lot of use out of them, if I be honest. Since their release, which is probably why they've done this, if I be honest. But let's have a little look at their unique equipment then on here. So we've got do or die counter. We get both offenses from 15 up to 35%. Then slot 2 is base health from 8 up to 15%, depending on how you roll, of course. And then both defenses from 15 up to 35%. Then slot 3, the most important one. If you get just a normal roll, you get plus 10% to damage inflicted. If you get a yellow roll, you get, or gold roll, you get up to 20% damage inflicted. Of course, with these type of things, you want to be making sure that you get a red slot in that slot 3 sort of side of it. So it is the most it can possibly be. If you do get a red slot, you get applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield via switch. You get an extra plus 30% damage inflicted, activates once. When the character enters the battlefield via switch, so it's once you switch for the first time. Randomly draws 1 new card. If you have 3 or fewer cards, activates twice. And times where 4 cards are held is also counted as an activation. I do think, personally, this is going to make a big difference to the character. 30% damage inflicted on top of all of this as well is a massive difference, to be honest. And also getting those cards will help with the switching and the tag switching, which is probably one of the biggest nuisances with the Goku / Vegeta, just because it takes ages to get that Transcendent Kamehameha off, basically. So, I mean, not too bad there to start off with. The second half of it, though, I'm a little bit surprised as to why they've done this, or confused as to what worth this gives the character, but nonetheless, applies the following effects to self if own remaining health is 70% or below when hit by an enemy's arts attack, whilst this character is on the battlefield. Minus 10 to special move arts cost, activates once, and plus 15% to special move damage. So I guess this with this will make a big difference to that Transcendent Kamehameha, to be honest. I guess, which is probably it, to be honest. Just having a little look here. So this is via Switch. So you get that when you go into Vegeta, is it, for the first time? This will be really handy for the Goku side, especially with his cover null and things like that, and once again to help with the Switch. This is a bit of disruption, but personally for me, I probably would have done something with the Vegeta side, make him a lot more tankier, or I don't know, made his green card get a lot more effects or something like that. But I mean, sure, it's there, I guess, it's nice, but this is probably the main bit that you want to get the red slot roll for. But that is the do or die counter for the tag unit of Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Let me know your thoughts on it down below, and we're going to swiftly move on to the next one, which, bearing in mind as well, I do want to point out this is already out with the update, but the next one you actually have to wait for a little bit. It will be released, I believe, starting from the 22nd of November. So this next one will be released very, very soon. They probably just don't want to do it all at once, because I'll be honest, getting these red slots at the bottom here does take a lot of resources, to be completely honest. So the next one is for, of course, Piccolo, the Orange Piccolo, the Revival unit, which once again is still a very new unit, who came out in the anniversary, so only a couple of months there, like 3-4 months, but he's already getting his unique equipment. So that we've got Piccolo's Awakening, both offenses from 15 up to 35% depending on how you rolled, then both defenses from 15 up to 30%, and then he also gets from 8 up to 15% to own strike and blast defense after transforming. So he actually needs to be in Orange Piccolo form to get this. So basically what we'll see when we go into the third slot here, they kind of want you to get him into Orange Piccolo. Obviously you want to get the Ultimate Awakened Piccolo, basically how he comes into the battle. You want to get his main ability off a green card, so he's sorted, and get the revival off, possibly with the opponent's Rising Rush. So jumping into slot 3, once again, the one that you probably want to get a red slot on out of all of them, and that is if you get a normal slot, plus 10% to damage inflicted after transforming, yet a gold slot up to 15%, and then if you get a red slot, applies the following effects to self after transforming. He gets 20% damage inflicted, plus 10% to health, and minus 5 to strike and blast arts cost. So not the biggest, not the most wordy in comparison to this one, to be honest, but I think it will still make a big difference, because remember, the Orange Piccolo is not really there for offense. He can do it when he's in the Orange Piccolo form. He can make some damage, but he's there to disrupt the enemy with his unique gauge and things like that, and to be more of a defensive sort of unit. Most of the qualms that a lot of people have had before with this Orange Piccolo is once he's transformed, he's not the most offensive, and even I've had it a couple of times where you want to get his unique gauge off, but he just dies before he does. So all of these, so he's with the extra defenses and the extra defense here, and then the extra health and things like that as well, will make him a lot more tankier, a lot more of a wall, enabled, and will or should enable him to get his unique ability or the gauge off a lot easier, hopefully. We'll see how it does in practice. I'll be honest, it takes me forever to get red slots, so I will be doing showcases on these units, but it depends on when I get the red slots, so keep an eye out and hit that notification bell for them. But that is the two unique equipments that we are getting or have got at the moment. Like I said, this one's out already, but this one will be coming out on the 22nd of November, so keep an eye out for that, and let me know your thoughts on these unique equipments down below. But we have still more to go on about, so we'll keep going. So the next big thing that we've got then, as you can see on the screen, is the Zenkai Awakening for the LF Full Power Jiren, which probably gives an inkling to what we're getting coming for the Legends Festival, at least in part 1, because that's what they tend to do on the build-up. But nonetheless, what we've got at the moment is this Zenkai Awakening. So we have got Jiren fully Zenkai awakened. What we'll do is now we'll go through exactly what he does now that he's Zenkai awakened. Once again, I'm over on dblegends.net. Make sure to go give them a bit of praise and things like that if you need to know any information. I've got it as Zenkai awakened. So we've got the I'm not going to look at the stats or anything like that too much. We're going to look more about the main abilities. So now that he's Zenkai'd, the main ability is, it doesn't matter how much you climb, I will not lose. Randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws an ultimate card next. Because obviously he's got the ultimate, which is where he gets his LF off. Restores his own health by 30% and ki by 50, not bad. Applies attribute upgrades, minus 50% to enemies' sustained damage effects for 15 timer counts. If the enemy is inflicted with Feint, which we'll go over in a second, but he can do through his green card, plus 40% to ultimate damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. That could be very strong. Like I said, he can cause Feint himself, and obviously once you're fainted, you can't switch out. So you just pop that main, use his main ability, and good night, basically, for the opponent. At least that character they got in at the moment, which is pretty crazy, actually. 25 timer counts must elapse for that. So Zenkai unique abilities. Plus 20% of damage inflicted against Saiyan. That's exactly what it was before, but can be helpful because there's a lot of Saiyans in this game. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 90% of damage inflicted, reduced damage received by 40%, which is quite low these days, to be honest. Applies the following effects to self when the character enters the battlefield. Restores ki by 50, that's quite nice. Plus 50% of damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, activates 4 times. Okay. Reduces damage received by 30% for 15 timer counts, also activates 4 times. So when he comes into the battlefield, that goes up to basically 70, which is a lot better considering for these days and things. Cancels attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, and restores own health by 35% when 2 allies are defeated. Okay, alright, I guess that could be quite handy. Remember, this guy does have endurance as well. If they rush, I think it is. Applies the following effects to self when the enemy activates a Rise and Rush. Yep, here we go. Plus 40% damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, activates twice. So if they rush twice, okay. Plus 70% of ki recovery, cannot be cancelled, activates twice as well. Increase of arts card draw speed by 1 level, cannot be cancelled, activates once. It's nice that these cannot be cancelled as well, because otherwise it kind of makes it a bit meh. Restores health by 30% only once and reaches 0, cannot be cancelled, and activates once. Could this be cancelled before, actually? Let's just do this. No, it couldn't. Okay. Which affects people like Gogeta and things, I guess. Okay, shorten sub count by 5, activates once, which could be handy, especially alongside the Orange Piccolo or something like that. Or the Goku and Frieza's probably a big one who can counter those Rising Rushes. Oh, it's his own one, actually. Just I'll stipulate that. It looks like it's just his own one. Applies a buff effect, nullifies enemy special actions when that activate when changing cover. So he's got cover change as well when they use a Rise and Rush. The 30 timer counts is quite high. Knocks back enemy to long range if a cover change is performed against strike. Yep, he had that before. Can be comboed with blue card. Inflicts enemy with the attribute downgrade plus 10 to arts cost for 10 timer counts when the enemy switches character whilst this character's on the battlefield. Okay. The following effects occur, so unyielding absolute might when this character enters the battlefield if there's a defeated battle member. Plus 30% of the next strike arts card inflicted, so the next strike and the next blast as well. So you could combo it into strike then blast, and you get 30% on both of them by the looks of it. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrades, minus 30% to health restoration for 10 timer counts, and then also minus 30% to ki recovery for 10 timer counts. He's looking quite strong, to be honest. The following effects occur every time this character uses a strike or blast arts card activates once. Randomly draws 1 new card, okay. Shortens allies sub count by 1, okay. And activate count, okay, resets when the character switches. Okay, that could be quite handy. Reducing ally sub count by 1 could be handy, but it's not a game changer really. But sure, okay, I guess it's there. The ultimate power of ambition applies the following effects to self when changing cover. Draws a special arts card next, activates twice, gets extra card draw speed for 15 timer counts, and the following effects occur upon landing a strike or blast arts hit. So you actually have to hit the enemy. There's 2 defeated battle members. Restores own key by 10. Inflicts all enemies with minus 15% to health restoration, plus 15% damage received, and plus 3 to strike and arts cost. Okay. Alright. Looking okay. He looks like he can do quite a lot. Quite a lot of it is based off having defeated battle members and switching in and out, basically. But, sure. Like I said, he also has his green cards and things. Where is it? It's down here. So let's have a look. He's got, on his strike, he's got minus 10 to enemy sustained damage cut effects. He's got blast armor, blast, restore his own key by 10. Okay. Here's the green card, which is an AoE. And he can also do the, the feint, as long as he uses a card. It'll say it down here. But restores key by 50. Plus 30% of blast damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Plus 30% chance for the next strike, arts, or blast arts to inflict enemy with feint on hit. Cannot be stacked and it activates twice. Was it always twice? Let's have a little look. Just interested, to be honest. Yeah, it was. Okay. It's been a while since I've used this unit, but obviously we'll do the showcase once I've got him fully Zenkai. I've got him Zenkai 4 at the moment. And then gradually restores own health each time account for 20 time accounts. Okay. Destroys all enemy cards on hit as well. Zenkai special arts card deals massive explode damage plus 30% special move damage upon activation. An additional 80% of special move damage inflicted for 3 time accounts if they're inflicted with feint. So quite a lot of this is built around the feint, which you get from the green card. I mean, you could feint with another character, I guess. That might be a thinking of a video moving forward, but we'll see. Burst Impact deals supreme impact damage, applies the following effects upon activation, plus 50% damage inflicted, nullifies endurance, okay, and a portion of health, a portion of damage inflicted will also be dealt to members on standby on hits. This cannot be caught. So an AoE as well. Was it always AoE? I like I said, it's been a while since I've used him, so I'm trying to cast my mind back. Yeah, it was. Okay. Alright, okay. Now let's have a little look to finish it off with a Zenkai ability. You've probably already seen it because I've been scrolling back and forth. So he's got the Legend Z ability as well. So he is Universal Survival Saga and Rival Universe, and his Zenkai ability is for Element Purple, of course, and Powerful Opponent. Now, I know a lot of people are concerned about this Zenkai Awakening purely because it's another buff for the Goku and Frieza, but him being Powerful Opponent, obviously they don't fit into that. How many other powerful opponents are purple, to be honest? Let's have a little look. So here's everyone that you can basically buff with a Zenkai ability. Obviously, you kind of want it on Rival Universe, Universal Survival Saga, something along those lines. So the main units that come to mind is obviously Jiren himself. Looking above that, we're also looking at no one else, really. Maybe we're going to have some more coming, maybe within the Legends Festival, we'll see. But you can buff all of these with his Zenkai ability. They just may not get the full amount because of obviously the Z ability as well. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's really anyone else that really gets buffed, to be honest. I'm just looking for Rival Universe as well. Not really, because you're not on it. You're not on it. Okay, sure, maybe we'll have some more in the future, but I guess the Zenkai buff is there if we get them in the future. Okay, so that is the Zenkai Awakening of Jiren. Once again, let me know down below your thoughts on it. And yes, we got still some more to go, so hopefully you're enjoying the video, but we're going to be wrapping up soon nonetheless. Gonna be really quick about these next ones. We've got Full Power Battle, where you can finish off the free-to-play Gohan, get some slot removers and medals and things like that against Bojack, which kind of finishes up and wraps up the Sagas from the Movies campaign, to be honest. On top of that, we've also got another update to Summons, which is the Super Masters Pack. As we can see, we've got a lot of really good units on here. We've got the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, we've got MUI Goku, so you can get these tickets for free just by playing the game and things. We've got the tag Vegeta and Trunks, we've got Beast Gohan on here, the tag Super Saiyan 4, so it's nice that they are updating this. Master Pack number 5 summon could be played with Chrono Crystals ended, but you can use guaranteed tickets and things like that. You can use the weekend exchange shop, being changed to the Super Master Pack 6 summon. So from playing in the weekend, basically, you can get these tickets. So hopefully those of you who have been missing out on these characters or been struggling to get them can get them very soon. So that's a nice update as well. Moving on to pretty much the last thing I've got is the Legends Battle Royale. So we have got another one coming, which are powerful part. Let's have a little look, see who it's for. Battle requirements. So between there, okay. So play these, you get some extra Chrono Crystals and things like that as well. But that is pretty much everything that we've got. That is new anyway, because obviously we've got some banners that have come back, like Ultra units and things like that. Wouldn't recommend you summon on them, especially being so close to Legends Festival. But now, like I promised, let's finish off with the legendary Start Dash summon, shall we? And get a guaranteed LF character. Let's get into it. So here we are then. I know we all really like guaranteed Legends Limited characters. So having a little look at the Z Power list with the full amount of Legends Limited characters we got on this. Like I said, this is the banner that you get as soon as you start the game. You've got the chance to get the ticket. But seeing as we've had the update, it looks like everyone can get it at this point for 168 hours only. So if you're missing any of these characters, you really want them, this is probably a good chance to do it, especially if you don't mind spending a little bit on the game. It's not the most expensive, to be fair. So we've got the tag Trunks and Vegeta, we've got the tag Super Saiyan 4s, Beast Gohan being a big one, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And then I know a couple of you have commented down below in my other videos, a character you've really wanted that's just evaded you, because that is his natural ability, MUI Goku as well. So if you've been missing him, it's probably a good chance, because you've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 LF characters in this. And it does say on the banner as well, characters start out at level 5000, plus their soul boosts are already unlocked, which excludes awakening panels and awakening cores, fine. But if you are just starting the game, this is probably a really good thing to do, to be honest. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? And see what we pull. To be honest, I think I could use any of these characters, which was another reason why I don't mind doing this. We're getting a Nimbus. I imagine you get some decent animations out of this. Maybe a Broly. Obviously no Bardox, no Trunkses or anything like that. There's no new units. We've got Rainbow release though, and Broly maybe? Yes, we do. Okay. Yeah, I mean, guaranteed Legends Limited character, but I'll take the fact that we've got pretty much all the animations. We've got the Nimbus, we've got the Rainbow, we've got the Broly, we've got all that sort of stuff. So let's see what we get out of this one, shall we? After Super Saiyan Blue Vegito attacks Broly, basically. Let me know if you are doing these summons as well. Let me know who you get down below, and hopefully it's the person you were looking for. As we jump into what I'm getting is this tag Super Saiyan 4s. Sure, if I be honest, I probably would have preferred Beast Gohan, but I'll take it, At least I can use them. There's the background as well, looking really nice, clean. Unfortunately, it doesn't get them up any starage, but gets them closer to Red 4. So, once again, I'll take it. So that is everything with the new update. That should go away now. Yes, it does. That's everything with the new update. So let me know your thoughts. I know this is a very long video in comparison to my other videos, but there was a lot to go through. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, put your thoughts down below on anything in the comments. And thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you later. Ciao.